Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Homely Treasures Caribbean Cooking. Today we're going to be making pasteles, and to begin, we're going to need about 10 to 12 very green bananas. We're going to cut the ends and just make a slit on both sides of the banana, as you can see. The next step is to put the bananas in hot water and add a little bit of salt. This will help soften the peel. Time to make some of that annatto seed oil. Very simple. We're going to heat up about a cup of oil in a small saucepan. And now we're going to add annatto seed. Just about a tablespoon or so. And just make sure that the annatto seed has left all that color in the oil before we go to the next step, which is grating our green bananas. Now you can use a food processor or you can use a grater like the one that I am using for this video. Make sure you use the smallest side. If you're using a grater like the one that I have here, you might need the help of an extra hand or two. In this case, my mom is helping me for this recipe. We typically make this recipe for Thanksgiving or Christmas Day, and it is a great opportunity to spend time with your family. So you can try this at home with your family, just spend some time, try something different, something new. Now that all our green bananas are peeled and grated, we're going to begin seasoning. I have added some adobo, complete seasoning, salt. Again, these ingredients are in the beginning of the video, but also I will leave them in the description box below so that you can reference them. Now let's add our annatto seed oil to our mix here, to our dough. And make sure that you are mixing this very well. You could use gloves if you have some, or a spoon or spatula, whatever works. And now let's add a little bit of color. Make sure you are tasting this so that it is to your liking. You can add a little bit more salt if you need, or a little less seasoning if you prefer. Today our pasteles are going to be vegetarian. This is the meat that we're using. You can buy this at your local grocery store or Hispanic store. The first thing you need to do is just add a little bit of water to a container and place the soy protein in it and let it soak for about 15 to 20 minutes or until it softens up. This is going to be our sofrito for today. If you have it pre-made, you can use that. If not, you can just chop some of those ingredients. That is some garlic paste, just garlic, salt, and black pepper. Now chop some potatoes in very tiny cubes. Then you can add the meat, green olives, some tomato sauce, a little bit of water, and just cook to your liking. The wrapping part can get a little bit tricky, so just make sure that you pause the video when you need and go back to make sure that you get it. For this first one, my mom decided to use a banana leaf because it was perfect, and she wanted to wrap one just in banana leaves. So she began by just adding a little bit of the annatto seed oil to that center. And the oil is going to help it not stick to the banana leaf. And next you just add a little bit of the banana mix or the banana dough. Make sure you don't add a lot because it will thicken up and you're going to end up with a very thick pastel and not a lot of meat in it. So just a very little bit, and you can just spread it around to make a little circle, like a little tortilla. And next you're going to add the meat of your choice, and for this recipe again we are using soy protein. You can buy these banana leaves at your local Hispanic store, or sometimes they have them at stores like Walmart, but it will depend on where you live and if the store there carries it. You do not need these to make pasteles. As you will see in a little bit, we're going to be using parchment paper, and I will leave a link below to the paper that I use for pasteles. If you have found this video helpful so far, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. If the banana leaves that you purchase have like holes in them or a little bit broken and not in big pieces like the first one that you saw. You could use tiny pieces like this one, just cut them up and place them in the middle of the parchment paper. Or if you don't have the banana leaves at all, you can just leave them out and use a parchment paper and just follow the same process, and you can still get the same results. And to cook your pasteles, you're going to need a large pot. Just fill it up with water. After the water is boiling, you can add the pasteles in there, add some salt to the water, leave them there for about 30-35 minutes. Open one to make sure that it's cooked and enjoy it. I hope you liked this video. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time, but for now, stay sabroso.